Alright guys, happy Monday evening to you if you're in the eastern part of the United States. It is 9:30 and we are going to start working on wrapping up this horsehead pattern. This is one that I want to wrap up and hopefully get made over the weekend. Not sure what we're going to do with it yet. In the last live stream or set of live streams that we did a bathroom art piece and got that wrapped up in a couple of episodes, or a couple of installments, I guess. And this past weekend we were able to get that made into an actual physical project, and that video will be out this coming Friday. So with that being said, we're going to get right into this, and as always, if you have any questions or anything, let me know, and I'll answer that the best I can. A new feature I'm doing during this is, and hopefully it shows up well on screen, is I'm going to post you guys' comments up on the screen when I catch them. But as I can see right now, Jim Bashirs is in here in Crosscut Creations. Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by and seeing what's going on. I'm going to wrap up this, and I want to know, since you guys are in here, what do you guys think about doing? I'm planning on doing this on Mondays and Thursdays, 9:30 both times, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Of doing a pattern a week or something and working on it in 2 days, or just progressing through as we can, or as I can, and make separate patterns. And I'm gonna put some of them up on our site for free that you guys can use or whatever, and then some of them I might throw up on our Etsy store, depending on the time involved and stuff, just to support our channel a little bit. But I want to throw some up there free too for everybody that's watching. So let me know in the chat or in the comments, if you're watching this after the fact, if that's something you would be interested in seeing, a pattern making progression twice a week. Mondays and Thursday evenings I have free at about 9:30 at night, so I don't have anything better to do, so I want to get on here and make patterns anyway, and I figured I'd just blast it out so everybody can enjoy it. And Jim says Mondays Carl Jacobson is on earlier in the evening, so I don't catch Carl's stuff very often, so that's cool. I mean, I'm not overlapping on anything he's doing. Not that I imagine I would steal too many of Carl's viewers away. He's pretty popular. But anyway, keep on chatting, guys. I'll check in here and there, but I am going to get right into this pattern. And yes, it's always Inkscape. That's my go-to. That's my favorite to use. So we can treat this as a tutorial session every week too. And like I said, just pop in with questions if you have them, and I'll answer them the best I can, because I'm not completely fluent in it, but I know enough to get me by. So and like I said, it's a mixture. If you've caught any of these other episodes, it's a mixture between Inkscape and Paint.net, because it's two programs that I use, and I also throw in a program called Poster Razor from time to time to blow up my patterns if I want to make something bigger. So for this, hey TJ, so for this, to finish up this pattern, I'm going to finish it up in Paint.net, because it was just working better for this pattern. It seems like each pattern that you make, it just depends on the pattern. Sometimes Inkscape works better, sometimes Paint.net can be handy in a way, but it's just good to know the ins and outs of both, or any multitude of programs. Also, I got you guys here, TJ, Jim, and Robert, I do believe. If you notice on the side pane here, I'm doing channel shoutouts. Hit me up and I'll throw you in there. I don't want to forget anybody, so let me know, or I'll come back through and look and add you guys channel shoutouts. And also in the left-hand side is a reminder about the upcoming challenge, the 2017 horror prop challenge. So check that out. You can find a video on our channel about it, or on our website, more details about that. Anyway, let's get to this before I get too long-winded here. Okay, so I'm back here in Paint.net, And hopefully that's showing up good for you guys. Now, when we left off, I was just starting to connect lines. Because when you do a scroll saw, obviously you want a lot of large spaces to cut. And I need to make sure that a lot of these line up good so they're not causing me any problems down the road. So a lot of these big areas over here are useless to me right now. So I'm just going to highlight those. And then I don't want to get too far into the head there. And we'll just hit the delete key and get rid of those. And then also there. And there. Okay, and we've pretty much taken care of this area. I don't think we're going to leave that one because it seems useless. And I want to get away. I don't want to have to glue anything back in onto a backer board. I want to make this a clean cut all the way through. Obviously, it'll be on a backer board. I just don't want to glue anything back in. So I'm going to try to make these solid cuts. And we can make the brush smaller. And I'm just taking the black paintbrush tool and getting rid of all the white spots in here that I don't want to keep. Because all the black will be cut away, and I'll make that gray before printing. You know, save on ink. But anyway, why I also got you guys in here, and I'll talk about it a little bit and then check in the chat. I was thinking about doing a show on Sunday nights. Let me know if you guys would be interested in this. Matt Haas used to do a show that was inspired by David Picciuto's Makers and Shakers a while back called, what was Matt's called? Woodworking Top Videos. That's actually one of the ways me and Matt from Awesome Wood Things built that friendship was through that show, because we had just talked about it because we were both relatively new at about the same time. Anyway, Matt got away from that. I know Picciuto has started back up his Makers and Shakers, at least the last I knew he did. But I was thinking about making a show or hosting a show on our channel. I know we don't have a very large reach, but we do have a little bit of a reach, and I'd like to help out, any makers that I can. Oh, and also here I'm using the eraser tool to get rid of the black lines that I don't want. Anyway, I was thinking about doing a show where when you make your video or whatever for your channel, that you could send to me, or allow me to take like a 15-second clip, and basically I want you to plug your own video. Maybe give a little backstory about it, like 15-second, 10-second, 20-second, whatever plug of your video, and have a weekly show on Sunday showing the last week's maker videos, or people that wanted to plug them. I figured it would be a way for me to give back a little bit, and I don't know, I have fun editing stuff like that. So it would be kind of a neat idea. And then we could possibly have people on from time to time to introduce a video, or talk about a video, or answer questions about a video. Just basically a maker show. I know there's a lot of maker shows out there, and there's a lot of podcasts out there, but just trying to experiment and do something different. I want to keep that one. Get rid of that little one. Like those. So, I mean, and shoot me any other ideas you might have. But it would be a pre-edited show, not a live show, of just a way to highlight some other makers, or creators, or artists, or whatever. Yeah. I think you guys get the gist of it. Alright, let's check the chat for a second and see what's going on. Thanks, Jim, for posting that. That's awful nice of you. TJ, you're everywhere, man. Hi, Faith. Yeah, Robert, it would probably be a later show. I myself like to get on and watch maker videos, you know, a little bit later at night, after my kids are in bed, and, you know, my wife gets up early for work, so she goes to bed a little bit early. I don't have to get up as early as her, so I do some of this stuff, you know, at night. Obviously be pre-edited, but I'm just thinking of if I was going to watch a video, when would I want to watch it? And it's usually at night. So, yeah, I mean, it could be a 15-second clip sent to me, or just you giving me permission or whatever, but it would not be me going out and searching for people, but rather people, you know, hey, I got this really cool project I made this week. I want to throw it into whatever the show may be called, and let people know about it. Because I remember, I mean, like I said, I don't have a huge following. We don't have a huge following. But I remember when we were smaller how it was hard to get people to see things. And Matt's show, Woodworking Top Videos, was a huge help there for a little while. It was so much of a help, it caught us up to him, and we were getting the same views as him. It was pretty neat. So I'd like to, you know, be able to do that for other people. And that's when I think me and Matt only had like around 800 or 900 subscribers. So it was kind of neat. And I know most people's goal is to get more people to see their stuff. That's obviously why they're sharing it. Some people share it to document it for themselves or whatever, but most people are sharing it because they want to share what they made with the world, and I would like to help out any way I can with that, because I know other people have helped us out. Anyway, back to the pattern. Again, I'm using the eraser tool, and, you know, leaving in little things like this, it helps make the pattern look more real. So we'll just get rid of all these little things that would just be a ridiculous amount of time to cut out. And here's another thing for any of the scrollers in the chat, or any of the watch after the fact of the video. I did buy a Wen scroll saw, so maybe some of you saw that review. And it's a nice scroll saw. The Porter cable I had a nice quick blade change feature, and this is kind of too. It doesn't take a significant amount of time to change a blade, but the thing I've always had a problem with, and I really enjoy using spiral blades, but I can never get the spiral blade to stay into the blade holder correctly. It always slips out or breaks really easy. So is there a trick to that? I've noticed that I use the Olsen blades, and I've noticed that they're spiral all the way to the top, or all the way to the ends. And when I put them in, sometimes it mangles and twists that, and I'm wondering if that's part of the problem. It's aggravating because I like using them. Every once in a while I can get them to work, and I think the couple of times I did, I straightened out the ends. I grabbed them with like a pair of needle nose pliers and twisted them straight. But that just seems ridiculous, because I don't think you should have to do that. Although maybe I'm wrong. All right, on the edges here, where you got one that's kind of big that you want to leave in, just do that. Just cut it into a bigger area. You can do that right here too. And it's really not noticeable when you're outside, like zoomed out. It's not noticeable with those little areas. But it'll make the cut much better. Or much easier, anyway. Yeah. Okay, clean these up down here. It's black is the cutout, so we'll just get rid of those. We'll go up in here a little bit. And right here. I think we're going to tie these two together. And we'll just get rid of that. Get rid of those. Let's see, I think I got all the black taken care of. We don't want those, oops. We don't want those in there. And those are, yeah, we'll get rid of that because that would be fun to cut. Okay, I'll clean these up in here. Let's go check the chat for a second. Yes, Faith, and it would be helpful to a degree to a new channel. That's my hope anyway. Yeah, I mean, part of it is you're new to editing. I mean, that's always part of it. You're new to video creation, and everything's awkward at first. I know our first, like, probably 15 videos were awful. But you do need someone to help you out in the beginning. I mean, unless you get lucky and you have to have a way to get the people to see your video, and sometimes that's hard. Obviously, having a good video, good quality video is important, because when they do find it, then they stick around and they want to subscribe. But, you know, half the battle is getting them there in the first place. So we would like to be able to help out with that in some way. Okay, back to the pattern. And we should be pretty close to wrapping this up. There's a lot of little lines in here. Now, let's see what you guys think. I'll have this pattern done tonight, and I want to cut it out this weekend, or this coming weekend, or maybe sometime during the week. What do you think I should cut it out of, or how do you think I should go about using this pattern? I was thinking possibly a piece of cherry with some kind of black background, possibly. But I'm not sure. Maybe walnut. The thing with that is I'll have to get the wood very thin. At least in my experience, I have to get the wood very thin, or it's a huge pain in the butt to cut it. I do have some thick wood blades, but a pattern this intricate probably wouldn't look the best, I'm guessing, in thick wood, because of the thickness of it wouldn't show the detail very well. Okay, got some of these smaller ones. Let's thin that up a little bit. Okay, I'm pretty happy, I think, with all this. We're just gonna have to kind of eyeball this right here and get it how we want it. So I'm just gonna kind of put a little bit of waviness in there and follow it down, and then we're gonna cheat and use the magic wand tool, select that. Ooh, better make sure it's not touching anything, and then delete it, and then just take the bigger eraser and pass it over the line. Same thing here, we'll just get it. I got that set way, I think it's, nope. Set it to like 90 something. I'm gonna give us a much harder erase. Same here. Just get it close. And we'll clean it up right there. Okay, and then this will be a long outside cut, and I think I want to break it somewhere. I'm correct in thinking that. Well, it's broke here. Yeah, it's broken here, so that might not be an issue. And that doesn't touch. That doesn't touch. So really this is just, this is one long cut. Out here, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so I think when I do cut it out, it's going to be actually an elongated or a tall portrait style. So this whole area over here will be blank. So we're going to crop it to here. And do that up in the image, crop to selection. There we go. So that's what it would actually be like. And then I just noticed that all these need cleaned up. So be very careful on that. Oh. Oh my gosh. Let's just get that and then let go. Okay. I ain't gonna worry about that one. Okay. Alright, let's head back on over to the chat. Let's cherry. I agree. I like cherry, and it's fairly cheap around here. Yeah. And Robert, you're in Ohio, right? Walnut's fairly cheap in Ohio. Pretty sure you're in Ohio. If not, you're close. I know you're close. In Faith, I will subscribe to you as soon as I am done with this live stream, which is going to be pretty soon here. Let's see. Okay, back to this. So this will be the size. Now, I want to actually make it the size I want it. And the best way to do that is just to make it a sheet of paper. What am I doing here? I want to make a new one. So let's size it 8.5. By 11. And then we're just going to copy that transparent layer, which is this one right here. Copy that and paste it into the new layer. And we'll just have to hold shift, grab the corner, and manipulate it up to here. And we'll put it right down here. And then I think we'll call that good. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. And to make it gray, we could go through and literally color it all gray, which would take forever. So what we'll do is click on the properties of that, or the property tab of that layer, and we'll just reduce the opacity. And that'll get us about right there. Should be good. And then it's as simple as either saving it or you can print it. And it should print to the size of that it should print to the size of the 8.5 by 11 standard size printer paper, and you should be good to go. So let's head back over to the chat, and I'm going to close this out pretty soon. So okay, just north of Akron, yeah. Yeah, 3 hours away. Yeah, about 3 hours away, because we're over north of Lima, so yep. Alright guys, so I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you happen to remember, I'm going to do another one Thursday. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. You guys can message us on Facebook or Twitter, or even in the comments of this when we're done. Let me know if there's a certain thing you want me to make a pattern for. I'm not against doing that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.